Hey everybody, welcome to TIW Podcast. I'm Eric, and today I watched WWE Monday Night Raw episode 1358 broadcast on Monday, June 3rd, 2019. I think that's right. What day is it? Yeah. I'm recording this the day after. Earlier in the day, I also saw Ma, which is a very interesting movie. I enjoyed it. Yes, I enjoyed it, and I recommend seeing it. If you've seen the trailers for it, it is fully representational of what you can expect from the film. Um, yeah, yeah, go check it out. It's good stuff. All right, so that's my review of Ma. On to this episode of Raw. This episode of Raw was actually pretty good. I enjoyed it. It was a huge improvement over the last few weeks. We had a wrestling match begin in the first segment of the show. That was fantastic, and I hope that continues moving forward. There's no reason for that not to be the case. There's no reason at all. Have your opening segment lead into a wrestling match, and then if you have to have a long, big storytelling session, do that after that match. Just start. You have 3 hours. There's no reason to start every single week with 40, a 2-segment long promo back and forth type of thing. Arguably, last week we did have a lot of brawling and stuff happen by the end of the first segment, but that's not really the same. It doesn't feel like some sports is happening. But anyway, we open up. Roman comes out, and I tweeted that even though Roman is on SmackDown now, whatever, but they should just change we haven't had an opening titles sequence, which is weird. You have the time for it. You absolutely have the time for it to have an opening title sequence for Monday Night Raw with theme music and all that kind of stuff. You still have it for SmackDown, I think, and SmackDown has less time to spare for that. Bring back, maybe that'll help too. Get even 30 seconds title sequence. They kind of consider the then now forever. That thing is like the hype to get us into the show. But now I literally, before the music hits, I was imagining after the then now forever. And the crowd cheering, and then down out, and sure enough, that is the music that started the show. So they should just make Roman Reigns' theme song the music, the Monday Night Raw theme song. Start every episode. Why not? That seems how it ends up being a lot of the time. Anyway, let me adjust my. There we go. I think you could hear that a little bit. Anyway, Roman comes out, then Shane McMahon comes out, then Drew McIntyre comes out, and Drew's like, blah, 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 blah. And so they're about to go head to head, but then head to head, Roman and Drew, but then the Revival attack Roman from behind, and the Usos come out to the rescue. Then we have the Bloodline, Roman, Jimmy, and Jay versus Drew McIntyre and the Revival. Drew McIntyre wins this match after some... I forget exactly what happens, but there's some shenanigans because the Bloodline did have the upper hand there. I did like this match. I did like this matchup. Drew and the Revival, they beat down Roman afterwards. This is all leading to Shane McMahon. Oh, Shane McMahon was out there. He caused a lot of trouble. That's why they were able to get the upper hand. I forgot about him. He is a forgotten son in this instance. Anyway, this is all leading to Shane McMahon versus Roman Reigns at Super Showdown. We'll see what happens there. I'm not going to do my predictions for Super Showdown. Well, maybe I will after SmackDown this week. Just do a brief rundown, I guess. But I'm honestly not gonna watch the entire thing. I'm definitely not watching it live. Because I will be at Ogden Uncon Friday through Sunday. Come check me out at booth A06, I think it is. Table A06. It's on the second floor of the, if I remember the map correctly. I put it on demonjackal.com. I did put the exact table number on there. But that's gonna be pretty fun. I'm looking forward to it. It looks like a kind of a smaller kind of show. Which I like a little bit more, I think. But anyway, so I'm going to be doing that all day Friday and Saturday and Sunday. So I don't think I'm going to watch the show in its entirety. I'll just check out a couple of the matches or, like skim through it sort of thing. So I'm probably not going to do an episode about Super Showdown. I'll just talk about it a little bit in my in the following week's episode. Because I'm planning on going to Monday Night Raw next week in San Jose, California, and I'm pretty excited for that. So anyway, let's see. Next up, we had Miz TV with special guest Seth Rollins. Let's see, Matthew McConaughey shown in the audience. Also, is Matthew McConaughey and someone Lance Armstrong. That's right. It's like there's someone else famous. Who was an actor? Who was that? Lance Armstrong was right there next to him. Everybody's taking pictures with Matthew. I didn't see any wrestlers taking pictures with Lance Armstrong. Maybe Lance wasn't really into it. I don't know. Or maybe the algorithms on social media are like, we know you'll dig these pictures of Matthew McConaughey, but you're probably not interested in seeing Lance Armstrong. Anyway, let's see. Seth's saying he's got to focus on stamping Corbin's head, and then Brock comes out, or he arrives backstage, but he doesn't come out into the arena yet. This phrase needs to be used more as long as this keeps going on. That Lesnar is a Brocktease. Keeps on teasing that Money in the Bank cash-in stuff. Up next, we had a segment with Lucha House Party and Lars Sullivan. I kind of tuned out during that. Nicky and Alexa, their friendship grows backstage as they get ready for Nicky's one-on-one match against Peyton Royce later on. We ended up with I was looking into a whole bunch of stuff for an upcoming convention in Kingsport, Tennessee during this segment, so I was listening to it. I did not see all of the action and all of that. But we start with Becky Lynch, then Lacey Evans comes out, then Charlotte comes out, and then we get Charlotte versus Lacey, and there's a disqualification when Becky attacked one of them. I don't know, something like that happened. Yeah. What is this leading towards? It's gonna be a triple threat at Stomping Ground or something. I don't know. Guess we'll see. Then we had Rey Mysterio. He has to relinquish his United States Championship due to his injury. Except Joe interrupts him, and Joe is pretty rude. And Rey's like, "Just let me finish. I was gonna relinquish this to you. Jeez, ungrateful jerk." And then Joe continues being an ungrateful jerk and puts Rey into some cocaine clutch and walks off with his championship that Rey gave back to him. So that was interesting. I want to see who do I want to see fight Samoa Joe now? Somebody's got to fight him and take that back. Take it back. Ricochet. Cesaro. I mean, Cesaro's a bad guy right now too, but a triple threat there, a fatal four-way through. Man, who else could be in there? Who else could be in that mix? Throw R-Truth in the mix. Why not? Suspend the 24/7 championship. Oh, speaking. Never mind. That happens later on. I got confused because I mentioned Cesaro, but that's a match later on. Braun Strowman versus Bobby Lashley in an arm wrestling competition. Lashley's a real jerk in this segment. He started off by slapping Braun instead of arm wrestling, but they do finally arm wrestle. They get chalked up and everything, and Braun wins, but then Lashley attacks and he like throws the chalk in Braun's face and stuff like that. Rude. Lots of people being rude tonight. Then we had Nicky Cross versus Peyton Royce with Alexa in Nicky's corner and Billy Kay in Peyton's corner. There's one of the stagehands brought out some coffee for Alexa. She brought 2 cups. He brought 2 cups, but she only took 1. There's a whole kerfuffle with Billy and Peyton complaining about the coffee there. Peyton knocks the coffee out of Alexa's hand. It goes all over the place. And then Alexa gets knocked down into the spilled coffee. She's wearing white pants. That's no good. So it's a whole deal. And Nicky Cross gets the advantage here as everybody's distracted by the coffee incident, and Nicky wins. Peyton was I like the match itself. I was really digging. Peyton Royce, her spinning heel kick, it's like it's so unreal. It's like it's like a dance move, really, or something you'd see in like I feel like a Space Channel 5, that type of thing, like dance fighting, and I like it a lot. But anyway, Nicky Cross gets the win. There's a nice interview afterwards. I'm really enjoying watching Alexa and Nicky there together. Although I do really miss Mickie James. Wish she was around. And Ember Moon over on SmackDown, except she doesn't even appear on SmackDown lately. It's I don't know, but I am enjoying that Alexa's back this week. Because she wasn't on the show at all last week, and Nicky there, and Alexa upset about the coffee. She goes and attacks those two. Hits I think it's Billy Kay, hits her with a drop kick, and then with the DDT. That was nice to see. A little bit of in-ring action from Alexa there, real quick. Up next, Seth comes out, and more Brockteases, but Baron Corbin comes out. He attacks Seth, beats him down a little bit. Another Brocktease with which followed by an end of days, and then Brock actually does come out. He has a chair. He low blows Seth Rollins, beats the crap out of him with the chair, and Paul Heyman keeps saying, "Yeah, cash in now. It's the best time to do it. Cash in now. And Brock says, "Not now, Friday." And Seth is taken out on a stretcher after Brock then used the Money in the Bank briefcase to beat up Seth and hit him a few more times with that chair. There's just a mangled mess at the end of that. So, yeah. Real bummer for Seth there. So we're still going to have Seth Rollins versus Baron Corbin at Super Showdown, I guess. And Brock Lesnar, he intends on cashing in. But maybe, I have a feeling that he's going to show up on SmackDown. Say, all right, I'm cashing in on Kofi Kingston. I'm cashing in for the WWE Championship. And teases us over there. Because we're also going to have Goldberg on the show on Tuesday. So that could make things pretty interesting. Anyway, and then we end up with a triple threat. Goldberg, Undertaker, Brock Lesnar for the WWE Championship. That would be weird. But it could happen. That absolutely could happen. And now I'm going to be kind of disappointed if it doesn't. I'll be disappointed if it does happen, but I'll also be disappointed if it doesn't. Anyway, we had a very special episode of Firefly Funhouse. This is the best thing of the whole night. Bray is here to talk to us about exercise with his a new friend, Huskus, the pig boy. And the boss, a demon, a satanic Vince McMahon, the devil, which then leads us into a workout video. My favorite line from that workout video, it's a whole song, it's a whole production, it's amazing. He says, "Wiggle your behind, erase your mind." Ooh, ominous. That's the only like ominous thing in the song, and it's kind of perfect. Also, the pig puppet Huskus is like the worst looking pig puppet that I've ever seen, and it's perfect. It's great. Then we had Randy Orton and Triple H segments. Randy says to Triple H, "I am not Batista," and then Triple H says, "You are not the one." And then they had a whole back and forth about having balls. So that's, it's simple and effective, and whatever, it's fine. Like what more build do you really need for this? It's for Super Showdown, whatever. The final match of the night, another killer match between Ricochet and Cesaro. Ricochet wins again. Cesaro is not happy about that, and he goes on the attack. Afterwards, he pulls out a table, but attached to the bottom, no, he's not attached to it, but on the table he pulls out is R-Truth, and then we get a whole flock of challengers go after Truth. He escapes them. Cedric Alexander goes for what is that? A senton, like a somersault senton over the top rope. Truth dives into the ring underneath Cedric as Cedric jumps into everybody else. So they're all taken out. But then Drake Maverick is there and he's ready to attack. But Carmella is ready and she super kicks Drake. The flyers go flying everywhere. That's why they're called flyers. And R-Truth and Carmella make their escape. Another great. This last hour of the show is actually pretty good. Other than the Legends segments. Yeah, because the hour started with the whole Brocktease stuff. So yeah. This third hour I liked a lot. And then the Undertaker came out and said, "Goldberg, you're next." So there you have it. He said a lot of other stuff too, but like, I don't want a family Goldberg with your wife and son there. No, nobody's family is gonna be at ringside. But they want the unstoppable. This is a really bad Undertaker impression. It's not an Undertaker impression. Or the unstoppable force to Goldberg. Rest in peace. Yeah, it'll be cool to see Goldberg next episode and see his response to that. He's gonna say, "I'm not next, you're next. And you're last." Or something like that. Yeah. That's my prediction. I think Brock Lesnar is going to cash in on Kofi Kingston. He is the least expecting it because this whole thing with Seth Rollins, and we're going to end up getting instead of Brock Lesnar versus Baron Corbin, it wouldn't even be against Baron Corbin. Instead of Seth Rollins, not Seth. Oh my God! Instead of Kofi Kingston versus Dolph Ziggler, we're gonna have a whole thing get involved with the Undertaker and Goldberg, and it'll end up being a triple threat there for the WWE Championship, and it'll be ridiculous. It'll be so dumb, but I'll enjoy it, I guess, and hopefully it'll get back to Kofi after that or something. I don't know. No, that's a really stupid. That's a bad thing. I don't want any of that to happen. That would be the worst. Kofi Kingston still champion going into and coming out of the Super Showdown, so that there's no record of that show on the championship's lineage or on key moments in either Dolph or Kofi's match records. But maybe the Brock Lesnar cashing in will happen. We'll see. Oh man, like everybody, I don't even know if what that would be good or bad. It'd be crazy. It would be crazy one way or the other. So yeah, that is it. I do have time. I thought this is gonna take a lot longer than I thought. I gotta get over to the theater so I can see Godzilla finally. I keep meaning to see Godzilla. It's the 4th attempt at it, and it plays at 1:40. Gotta get over there. It's 12:40 right now, so I have plenty of time. Get some food on the way. Enjoy some kaiju action. All kinds of Mothras and Beelzebubs and Richard Simmonses all over attacking everywhere. Godzilla's gotta wreck them all. Has there ever been a Godzilla meets Richard Simmons crossover event? Whether it's like on a variety show or something like that. I don't know. I Google that. See what comes up. It might be wildly inappropriate, whatever comes up. Godzilla versus Richard Simmons. I don't think it's something that exists. I know Godzilla versus Bambi is a nice, fun cartoon that exists. Go check that out. But anyway, I think that's enough for this episode. I've run out of things. There's plenty of stuff that I could still talk about, but I'll leave it there. Let me know what you thought about this week's episode of Monday Night Raw by tweeting me at TIW Podcast. Go to TIWpodcast.com for more reviews. If you enjoyed this episode or anything else on the site, please share some links with your friends. Subscribe on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, YouTube, wherever you like to listen, and I'll be back real soon with my thoughts on SmackDown and hopefully also Godzilla King of the Monsters, and then we're off to Utah for Ogden Uncon. I'll probably record my NXT episode for this week in that Utah in Ogden. So stay tuned for that. And I've got to watch Swamp Thing. That started this last week. I haven't heard anything about it at all since it came out. I gotta go watch that. And also the new comics episode. I'll definitely be doing that tomorrow before I leave, for sure. The next week's comic book episode, I probably will skip that week because I will not be in town very much at all. So I won't be able to get out there to pick up the comics for next week. So it'll be a mega episode the week after that. All right. That's it. Thanks for listening. Stay safe out there in all of the infinite multiverses, and I'll see you next time here on TIW Podcast. Bye.